We live in a world that is ever flowing and never ceasing, constantly moving. We are constantly evolving and progressing, for better or worse. We are people who are interconnected, media-driven, agenda-seeking, and schedule-keeping. Our days tend to be hectic and busy, where weeks just run together. We take pride in our busyness. We are constantly on the move to the next thing, never really enjoying the present thing. To make things worse, there seems to be so many negative things going on all the time. It's easy to look at the world and see nothing but chaos and brokenness. Sometimes it's all we ever see. We see it so much it becomes what we look for, what we expect. Now, if you are looking for the problems, that is what you will find. But it is also the case that if you are looking for the positive, for the good, for the beauty and wonder of this world, it's not hard to find. In this moment, right here, right now, I want to invite you to slow down and pause and maybe gain a new perspective on life. Let's go beyond our days that run together and look at the bigger picture for a moment and look at the world around us and all the things we take for granted each moment. The psalmist got it when he said, "The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the works of his hands." Have you ever looked up into the sky in wonder and amazement? The immensity of space itself is overwhelming, but just looking up with the naked eye and gazing at the stars and moon on a clear night, or at the clouds as they float by on a nice day, by allowing yourself to rest in those moments and letting your mind wonder at what you see, it can set your mind on a different path to a new perspective. I mean, who as a child didn't lay in the grass and look up at the skies? One of my favorite things to do is to lay in a hammock and watch the clouds pass by. It gives me this sensation like I can feel the world spinning, and it immediately takes me beyond myself and into the bigger picture. Another thing I love to do is to look into the night sky through my telescope. I can just look at the moon forever. Now, you may not be interested in things like astronomy, but just considering for a moment the vastness of space itself, it can be awe-inspiring. The fact that we exist on a planet Earth, which is one of a group of planets that orbits around a star we call the Sun. You have Venus and Mars and Mercury and Pluto, which are smaller than Earth. But then Uranus and Saturn and Jupiter are larger than Earth. And then if you allow yourself to go out even further and see yourself in the Milky Way galaxy and realize the enormous size of other stars within our galaxy, it's mind-blowing. The size of our galaxy is mind-blowing itself. And then consider the fact that it is one of the many galaxies in the universe. And then allow yourself to expand further into space. You know, the term itself speaks of a vastness whose end cannot be reached. And we live on a small little planet called Earth, which contains the perfect conditions for life. It's a sanctuary of life, wherein the finger of God can be seen everywhere. I think the psalmist got that too when he said, "How many are your works, Lord? In wisdom you made them all. The earth is full of your creatures." I absolutely love to be outside. At times, I almost feel like I was made to just simply live outside. When I am in my office, I find myself looking outside my window at squirrels and birds, or even just the grass. Strangely enough, I get a sense of peace from it. And then when I am closer to water, that's heaven for me. From the sound to seeing the fish and other wildlife it supports, again, it just takes me to another place, beyond self. This is what experiencing creation does for me. It helps me to experience the bigger picture. Taking time to consider the wonders and the diversity of creation alone can be awe-inspiring. Considering animals like the koalas who spend nearly their entire lives high in the eucalyptus trees. They eat the eucalyptus leaves, which are actually toxic to humans, and they survive. And they survive in these trees through high temperatures and even the cold. Some might consider them pests, but one of the things I like to hear is the woodpecker. I love the sound they make as they work along. Did you know that they have special shock absorbers in their beaks and in their skull that protects them as they go to town on your trees? Birds are fascinating, like the bald eagle. Did you know its eyesight is at least 8 times keener than humans and can spot a trout from 200 feet in the air and then keep it in range while descending at speeds that exceed 50 miles an hour? I am also fascinated by the animals that live in the water. In fact, I'm not sure anything fascinates me as much as the anglerfish. They live at great depths and can handle lots of water pressure. They have an appendage that dangles in front of their mouths and that attracts other fish. And when the prey gets close enough, well, it's dinner time. And they look creepy. But what's even creepier is I am told that the males don't eat. They actually survive by attaching themselves to the female through some process where the bloodstreams of the two merge. How weird is that? The world in which we live is filled with amazing sights and sounds marked by the finger of God, through things we can see with the naked eyes and things we can see with just a little help through telescopes and even microscopes. Through microscopes, there is a whole nother universe to explore. Considering the air or how things work on a biological scale is amazing. Just the human body alone, the complexities that all function together is mind-blowing, and we don't even understand it all. Just think about the brain and its function. Then consider that it works together with the body, allowing us, humans, to explore and create beauty in music and art and food and cultures that represent life on Earth. These are things we get to enjoy and participate in. Now, sure, all the things I have mentioned, we could talk about negatives or pull out problems that need solutions, especially if we want to preserve the beauty and continue to enjoy these things. We could also talk about the need for changes in certain cultures and the problems faced across the globe. There is a time and place for that. I just simply want to encourage you to stop and take notice of the real world in which we live. The real world that is beyond our office, beyond our cubicles and our social circles, our television shows, or our problems and to-do lists. A world, sure, that has its problems, but it's a world filled with amazing sights and sounds, amazing life, those things that are referred to in Genesis 1 as good. These are the things that are marked by the fingerprints of God. And when we stop and wonder, it can help us see beyond ourselves, see beyond the containers we live in. It can help refresh our perspectives or even give us new ones, new perspectives that speak of living in the presence of God amidst an amazing creation in a wonderful world. But ask the animals, and they will teach you, or the birds in the sky, and they will tell you, or speak to the earth, and it will teach you, or let the fish in the sea inform you. Which of these does not know that the hand of the Lord has done this? In his hand is the life of every creature and the breath of all mankind. That's you and me. So I challenge you to stop. Take a deep breath. Look around you. Take it all in. Beyond all of your problems, beyond all of the issues. Just take it all in. And as the old hymn goes, there is a God. He is alive. In him we live, and in him we survive.
Whispering your name, I have seen your tears fall when I watch the rain. And how could I say there is no God when all around creation calls a singing bird, a mighty tree, the vast expanse of open sea. Gazing at a bird in flight, soaring through the air, lying down beneath the stars. I feel your presence there. I love to stand at ocean shore and feel the thundering breakers roar. To walk through golden fields of grain, 'neath endless blue horizons listening to a river run, watering the earth. fragrance of a rose in bloom, a newborn's cry at birth. How could I say there is no God when all around creation calls? A singing bird, a mighty tree, the vast expanse of open sea.